Hey, welcome back to my channel, Try 5 Guy, and in this video I'm going to talk about my 1994 Holden Commodore Ute that I imported from Australia. I'm going to answer some questions that have been asked, and a quick thanks to all the new subscribers that have joined. I really appreciate it, and don't forget, as usual, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm going to answer a few questions that have been asked about the Ute. One of the first ones is about registration. They noticed that I've got Aussie Victorian plates on it still from Victoria. So yeah, to answer that question, if you import a car into the United States from Australia or other countries, it doesn't really matter, you can actually drive them for a while. I think it's up to 6 months, but quote me on that one, because I think if you do drive them with Victorian registration, you must have US insurance and you must take them back out of the country. This car isn't, leaving the US, it's staying here. It's fully imported and legal in the United States. So it's staying here. So, but those that are leaving can run their Victorian registration or Australian registration, sorry, from any state or any country for that period of time they're here. So another question I got was, has it got a good old 304 in it? No, it doesn't have a 304. Reason being is that how am I going to get parts? I would have to get parts. Imagine blowing a head gasket. I would have to get a head gasket set. I would have to get parts from Australia, starter motor, distributor, all those sort of things. I mean, it's got the Buick 3.8, and for now, it's an American motor. It's got American transmission in it. So all these parts can be sourced locally, right? So that's intentionally. And the other thing is, geez, they're a quarter the price of a 304. Another thing about the rego, if it's a new purchase in the state of Maine, with all this coronavirus stuff, the local DMV or the local registration branch over here isn't opened. So if you've bought something in the state of Maine and you want to get it registered, you can't. As long as it's insured, you can drive it until they resume working again. So hey, I can drive this until they say we're open again. Have VNSS rims on it. They're going. I'm putting different wheels, and I'll just go over that in a minute, but more on the engine. People are asking me, so what's your plans with it? The plans are a 5.7 LS1 or a 6-litre, either a truck or a 6-litre LS2, whichever. I mean, I'm happy with the 5.7. An LS2 would be nice, but turbo is definitely one thing. Why turbo and not run headers? I don't want to deal with headers going down the side of the block and left-hand starter conversions and stuff like that. More drama, more parts to get if something fails. I'm just trying to keep it as basic and parts accessible here in the States as I can. It's like I'm going to run reverse truck manifolds that have the V-band already welded on them. I mean, you can get them anywhere here, Front sump is going to be a GTO right out of a, there goes my finger. Front sump or oil pan is, going to be a 04 to 06 GTO. You can get them here. They're not that expensive. They can be had for 300 bucks, even cheaper if you look. I don't need any engineering certificates at all here. You can bang anything. I can put a diesel in it if I want. So I don't have to worry about moving the rack over that 20 mil or 25 millimeters, or as they say here in the United States, 3/4 of an inch to an inch. The only other thing is extending that side of the tie rod. That's the only thing I'm having an issue doing. But to move the rack over, no problem. Run a standard, starter motor, and if it fails, just go to local AutoZone or Napa auto parts store here in the States and just get one and bang it on. So I'm just trying to make it, parts accessible as I can. I'm gonna put whatever turbo I pick, where everyone puts them, over here. Run, the intercooler piping down through the inner here, and then you know, to the front. There's plenty of guys that have posted that sort of stuff, and I'm going to dump the hot side out through that side on that behind the strut. I don't need an engineer certificate, so I'm not worried about. I don't have to, you know, make any engineer happy for Vic Roads or any sort of rego over back in Australia. It's done being there. It's over here now. So that's the beauty about modifying cars in the United States. We don't have to. Well, in this state and many other states, California's a little bit different, but we don't have to have engineer certificates. You can do what you want. I mean, I drive my big block 57 on the street injection. You couldn't drive this in Victoria. No way. You wouldn't even make it out your driveway. They'll be waiting for you at the end of it. So crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's the idea. So 5.7, 6 litre, either an alloy truck motor or a you know, out of a GTO or Camaro, whatever, 6 litre or 5.7. I don't really care, but turbo definitely 100% there. A little dents in it. I didn't buy it, you know, a spot on one, because, you know, who knows what's going to happen to it on the way over. I didn't know it wasn't going to be in a container. It came ro-ro, which means that it was, you know, down in the hull of the ship, like any brand new car that goes, like Toyota to Australia or Toyota to the United States. They all just get strapped down. There's no container shipping with new cars. So if it's good enough for a brand new Toyota, it's good enough for an old VR Commodore. It's got a few dents in the tailgate. Like, I do body work, that's nothing. That's, you know, it's got a few other little dents here and there, but as far as rust, there's nothing. There's no rust. Now, I paid $700 for this back in Australia. $700, that was 450 US dollars. Really nothing. So some people ask, oh, you know, the shipping's worth more than the car's worth. And that is true. The shipping is worth more than what the car's worth in Australia. But over here, this is the third one I've seen over here. There's 2 others, one in California and one in Indiana. And they want more than $1,800. I think the cheapest one's like 10 grand US for a stock V6 VR. The other one's 17,000, 18,000, and it's got a 304 in it. So they're worth some money over here. It's not too bad. A few cigarette burns. It's S-Pack. So it's T-Bar Auto. Aircon, power, obviously. Oh, all of them are anyway, hey. So, but I had a couple of ideas off some of the Facebook friends that I've made about putting later model interior in it out of a, you know, GDO. Maybe that's something to look into, and you can change the tracks and modify the tracks. So that's probably something I'll do, is change, you know, put the later model seats in it. Why not? Make it look more comfortable, I guess. But yeah, basic interior. Like, I'm going to leave it automatic. What kind of auto, I don't know, but I'm looking at probably a turbo 400. I know I've got to modify tranny tunnel a bit for it to fit, maybe, I've been told, but get out of here, B. Go. Yet. There you go. Anyway, so yeah, lost my train of thought then. For those that haven't seen my other cars, 57 Chevy 150 sedan, right-hand drive. I built that dash, about 16, 17 pieces. That's what I do. I like restoring stuff. Fabrication is my game. So there's that. This is my brother's, actually. It lives with me. It's been here for about 4 years. Factory V8 4-door. We're going to convert to a 2-door sedan. Just waiting on those 2 quarter panels. We're going to start on that. Already started putting in the new floor. 3/4 finished. You can see in there. Yeah, so the floor's just about finished. Brand new floor. We're going to put a tail pan in it. It's getting brand new quarter panels, aftermarket quarter panels, and he just wants to leave it patina, but he wants it all, like, he's going to redo all the chrome and all, polish everything, but just leave it pretty well patinaed and drive it like that. And we're going to make sure there's no rust in it, but pretty much the quarter panels takes care of all the, you know, all the doors and all the, if there's any rust in it. Tail pan's rusty, but common. And the front guard, or fender as we say here, is going to get fixed as well. No real big deal. And this is my car that I won the gasser for the Tri-5 Nationals. It's called the All American. It's actually a brand new body shell. So that car was built in 2016-17, and I won it in August 2017 at the Tri-5 Nationals. So it's pretty cool. I do drive it. I drive everything I can. So tomorrow, absolutely beautiful day. Geez, Maine's beautiful in the summertime or springtime. It's not even summer yet. Nice hot day. It's great. If you ever get a chance to come up here and visit, do it. It's beautiful. Really is. Okay, back to the car. So tomorrow I'm off to New York again, all the way to New York. And I've had a lot of guys say, 17-inch rims off a GTO, why aren't you going 18s? Well, number one is money. You know, I'd love to have 18-inch rims on it, but you know, I paid $200 for these rims. So I'm going to pick them up tomorrow. I'm going to drive down there and pick them up. $200, excellent tyres. Rims are good, and they're better than those 15s. So also, I'm ordering the King Springs from Australia. I'm going to order them next week. So I'm going to go super low in the front and ultra low in the back. I forgot the part numbers, but I'm pretty sure they're super low in the front and ultra low in the back. So if someone thinks no on that, just please let me know. Tell me what you think. I don't want to order the wrong things from Australia, because that's where they're coming from. So I'm going to pick up the rims. Like I said, they're 2004 to 6 GTO rims, and it's going to look better than that. Once it's lowered with them rims on it, I think it'll look trick. But like I said, plans are to repaint the whole car. Well, I'm going to paint it, and I knocked the dents out of it, and it's getting repainted the same color. Clean up the interior, and next year I'll put a V8 in it. But for this year, lowering it, throw some wheels on it, and it's going to look way better. So that's about it, guys. There's my toys, my projects, and yeah. So thanks. Like and subscribe and share if you can share it, and hit the notification tab. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one. Next thing, hopefully, we're going to do is quarter panels on that suspension on that one, and just cruise the crap out of this one here, and that one over there, the big block. All right, guys. See you soon.